Everyone, welcome. This is Anisha here with a very important update for all of you. I think everybody is already in New Year's Eve mode and break, but IIMs are not going to take a break right now. IIM Kozhikode has released its Stage 1 shortlist. Stage 1 shortlist is not your PI shortlist right now. Abhi, you have to fill in your application form, which is called as your personal data form. Please make sure you fill that accurately. It will have information about your graduation scores, your work ex. Make sure it is to the point, correct, and you don't miss your deadlines. Post that, you will receive your PI shortlist, that is shortlist for personal interviews on 15th of Jan as per the email that has been published right now. Last year, there were 4,700 students who had received the personal interview shortlist. Let's see what is the number this year. Right now, the emails have come out too. I'll show you the entire admission policy also, but CAT 85 percentile above general category, sectional 75 percentile above should have gotten the emails for the stage 1. If you look at the entire information based on the RTI data, last year, jo batch hai, this one which is sitting inside your seniors, the last person to enter was CAT 88.14 percentile from the general category. So everybody who has got a stage 1 shortlist and once you receive the PI shortlist stands an equal opportunity to convert the calls irrespective of your CAT percentile. Now let's look at what we have to do up next. Okay, first thing you will do is check out your emails which says congratulations, you are eligible to register for stage 1 process. Click on the personal data form. Check out the deadline. 3rd Jan 11:59 p.m. That's the deadline. Please don't wait for 3rd Jan. It's a very small form. Abhi fill kar do so that we do not have any miss-outs. PI shortlist has been mentioned. 15th Jan by 5 p.m. it should come out. Stay tuned. We'll be having a session right on the day when the PI shortlist comes out. We'll make you meet your seniors from IIM Kozhikode as well also. Okay, now when we look at what is the current, you register your details, enter and finish that up. If we look at the admissions policy for this year's batch, okay, currently stage 1 is on the eligibility criteria. Only candidates obtaining a positive or a greater than 0 scale score in all the sections will be considered. Then, what is the minimum criteria here? Candidates with a graduation degree must secure at least 60% aggregate marks in their graduation degree or equivalent which is there. Then, people who have a graduation degree but have completed CA, CMA, ICWA or CS, they must have a 50% aggregate marks. So everybody else at 60%. People from CA, CS, CMA, ICW have an advantage. It's 10% lesser for them. Okay. Then you look at the other category-wise minimum eligibility criteria. For CAT, for general category, CAT it is 85 percentile, sectional 75 percentile, 10th 60%, 12th 60%. For students from the OBC NCL, that's the non-creamy layer, and the EWS category, CAT is 75 percentile, sectional 65 percentile, 10th and 12th is at 60%. SC category, CAT percentile 65, sectional percentile 55, SSC, which is your 10th and your 12th, both is 55. For students from the ST and the PWD category, CAT percentile is 55, sectional percentile 45, 10th and 12th is 55. The percentage of marks obtained in class 10th and 12th would be calculated based on the aggregate marks of all the subjects that are there in the mark sheet or grade sheet, irrespective of best of whatever is considered in the calculation. So just like CAT, यहाँ पे भी सारे exams, सारे subjects के consider होंगे, ठीक है? Now, anybody who's got meeting this eligible criteria will receive the email. From this email, you have to complete your registration process for the stage 2. Like I mentioned, this is not your interview shortlist. This is a shortlist to register for stage 2. Okay. Very important. If you do not have your 10th, 12th or graduation marks because of COVID years, please check out the self-declaration forms and submit that, because that will be required. Okay. After this is done, after you finish your submitting the registration form, then will be the PI shortlist, which is called as stage 2 shortlist. That will come out on 15th Jan 5 p.m. plus or minus a few hours. That happens every year. That will be based on an aggregate index score computation, which is as below given. CAT will be 50%, 10th 15%, 12th 20%. Academic and gender diversity, you've got gender diversity 10% and academic diversity 5%. So that means female candidates will get 10%, non-engineers will get 5%. Work experience score is another 5%. Okay, that is your aggregate composite score calculation matrix which is there. Okay, now they have also explained you what is the criteria which is going to be used, and very, very important, if you look at it, your work experience score, that's important. This is going to have a weightage of 5%, which is till your length of service till December 31st, that is till today, and only the full-time work experience is counted. No part-time projects, internships, articleship, nothing will be counted. Okay. If your work ex is less than 6 months, then you will not be eligible for the work experience score. Okay. For your documentation, you need to make sure you have all your employment proofs available. For self-employed or partnership experience, you have to have your income tax returns, your registered partnership deed, MCA or ROC of the firm, GST registration, firm's audited statements of accounts, and DIPP certificate of registration. At least one of these with your candidate's name and the firm's name have to be available. Then we will have our interviews happening. The interviews are usually online. We'll make sure we'll look at what is the interview process this time. Once your interviews are done, then we will have this year they have mentioned that the interviews will not be online. For WATPI, it will be conducted in Bangalore, Hyderabad, Kolkata, Kozhikode, Mumbai, and New Delhi. It's going to be a half-day process. You will be given an essay topic for your WAT session, and then you will be a PI process, which usually, if you look at the PI, it is based on your past academics, your work experience, your domain knowledge, and your current affairs. So make sure you are well read, and I will show you some of these important students' interview experiences also, which you can use. Once you're done with the interview and the WAT process, final score computation is done on the basis of your CAT and the WATPI and resume score. Okay, CAT will now have a 35% weightage, PI will have a 35% weightage, WAT score 20%, resume score 10%. Your entire resume score is made based on your profile, which includes your CADs, co-curriculars, WorkX, everything. Okay, very, very important. Please keep in mind, stage 1, which is there right now, it's a pre-interview registration process, not a PI call. You have to register for the stage 2, then you will be shortlisted and you will be eligible for the interview process. Okay, apart from this, very important for you to know about your IIM Kozhikode college and how it has been going. So if you look at the recent batch which has just graduated, or your recent batch which is out there, placement wise, if you look at the stats, the highest CTC internationally was the highest placement was 72.02 lakhs, mean 28.05, mean for females they have given separately, which is 29.20, median was 27 LPA. If you look at the entire batch, top 5 percentile of the batch was at 48.41, top 10 percentile was at 46.20, top 20 percentile was at 40.79. This, if you look at it, the majority of the placements was highest in consulting, 33% in consulting, 28% in finance, 15% in analytics, followed by sales and marketing 10%, and the others gradually, right? So you look at the kind of companies coming on board, you have all the top brands coming in which is like your Coca-Cola, Airtel, Crompton and Grieve, best of the companies. From consulting, you have Accenture, Bain and Company, BCG, everybody. The highest which was there, CTC in consulting, was 45 lakhs. Finance highest was 72 lakhs. Genman highest was 33. IT and analytics, the highest was 67.02. Operations, the highest was 49. Sales and marketing, the highest was 35. Right? So this is all information which is available on your website itself of the placements. Now you got to do is, once again, a quick reminder. Make sure before 3rd Jan you submit your registration form of IIM Kozhikode, and then let's start preparing for our interviews. PI shortlist should come by 15th of Jan, and you got to make sure you study well for your current affairs, your domain knowledge, which is your marketing, finance, strategy, consulting, and have a fair idea about what is happening in the industry with respect to current affairs. So stay tuned to the channel, and if you guys have any doubts or any questions, drop in the comment section.